Hey guys, today we're going to look at two different Japanese phono cartridges. And for me, I'm just starting to get more into the whole vinyl craze and then started to upgrade my turntable with different carts. And one thing you'll notice getting into this is that there's a lot of different Japanese phono cartridge makers. At least it's a relatively high proportion, right? When I think about the non-Japanese makers, I think they're actually in the minority, right? There's a Goldring from the UK, there's Grotto in the US, and there's Ortophone from Denmark. And besides them, I'm not sure if there's any other really popular ones, but for Japanese, there's quite a few. So yeah, there's Denon, of course. They're well respected and they make a lot more than just phono carts. And there's Nagaoka, there's Samiko. Then there's Dynavector, which I didn't realize, but they were also Japanese as well. Just found out recently. And then there's Lyra, which is more of a high-end phono cart maker. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of Japanese phono cart makers out there. And then we have the two that I want to compare here. One from Audio-Technica, who is actually very well known for both their turntables and their headphones, and Hana, which is more of a specialized maker of phono carts. And yeah, I'm interested to compare these two because I was looking for an upgrade from my moving magnet phono cartridge to a moving coil, and I'm not ready to invest, like $1,000 into a really high-end moving coil cartridge. I'm just looking at sort of the beginner to mid-level moving coil carts, and these two are both around the same price. You can find online for both around $500 US. So I figured this might be a pretty good comparison. I've looked at some comparisons online, but there's nothing better than just getting it yourself and doing the comparison yourself, right? Because sound is so subjective. Of course, some people will say, this cartridge sounds like this, or on their turntable, right? So there's so many different factors. So I think what's best is for me to actually get these two to try out myself instead of just looking at online comparisons, which are basically very subjective and based on whatever their setup is. So yeah, looking at these two, they're both around $500 US, both from Japanese companies, both made in Japan. We can look at the specs of each. So first is the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG2. It's a dual moving coil stereo cart. Frequency response 15 to 50 kilohertz. And then vertical tracking angle 23 degrees, 1.8 to 2.2 grams of vertical tracking force. So the stylus construction is a nude square shank, and it uses a microlinear stylus. DC resistance is 10 ohms, coil impedance also 10 ohms, and it has 0.3 millivolts of output voltage. So that should be enough for my Cambridge Audio Duo to has enough gain to drive it. So yeah, that's the Audio-Technica's specs, and then we can compare that to the Hana. This is the Hana SL, the Hana SL specs, which actually, if you look at the MSRP price of these two, I mean, I said you can find them both for $500, but they actually retail for a little bit more than that. I think this one actually retails for about $750, and the Audio-Technica retails for a little bit less, I believe like 600, 650 around there. So the Hana is actually a little bit more expensive when you look at the retail price. So the specs of the Hana is it has an aluminum cantilever, it has a Shibata stylus, and the output is 0.5 millivolts. So it's a little bit higher output than the Audio-Technica's. And 2 grams of vertical tracking force, 2 grams trackability, and you got 15 to 32K hertz response, and impedance is 30 ohms. And yeah, this is the cartridge rate is 5 grams compared to 7 grams. So this is a little bit lighter cartridge compared to the Audio-Technica. And this one's also slightly higher output. It's 0.5 millivolts compared to the 0.3 millivolts on the Audio-Technicas. So yeah, I just wanted to compare both of these, and yeah, kind of for myself, just kind of hear which one sounds better to my ears. So yeah, Audio-Technica is a little bit better known because, well, they've been in the industry since 1962, and they've been making phono cartridges for a while. That's actually their first product that they made, I believe. So their main product is actually phono cartridges since that time, but today actually they're more well known for their headphones and microphones, I think, than their phono carts. But because vinyl is experiencing a resurgence, now they're fairly well known for their phono carts and turntables again, I guess. So yeah, Audio-Technica is a little bit better known of a brand, and they make more expensive phono carts too. I think they make ones into thousands of dollars as well. Hana is more of a specialist brand. I believe this is the same parent company that makes Sumiko as well. Sumiko is also maybe fairly well known for phono cartridges. For those of you who know about that, those kind of companies. For phono cartridge companies, Sumiko is maybe well known for having basically like an OEM type of phono cart that a lot of turntables like use by default. So Audio-Technica both actually. I believe my first turntable, the Fluence RT81, used an Audio-Technica cart in 1895, which is a pretty common entry-level cart. But a lot of turntables use Sumiko carts too. And the same parent company that makes Sumiko decided to, which is in Japan, I think they're Excel Sound, I think Excel Corporation or something like that. Yeah, Excel Sound Corporation, that's it. Yeah, they're the same parent company that makes Sumiko carts. Decided to actually make them under their own brand because Sumiko is basically they're controlled by someone else. That's not their brand, so they were just contracted to make them. So they decided to make their own brand called Hana, and that's really what these carts are. And they've gotten really good reviews as well. So they're not as well known as Denon or Audio-Technica. Yeah, or even Sumiko Nagaoka, I'd say, because they're a relatively new player compared to those guys. But they've been getting a lot of good reviews, and I decided to check them out as well. And like I said, this is technically the more expensive one by maybe $100 compared to the Audio-Technica. So yeah, let's take a look. Actually, let's do the unboxing of them first. The Hana is the smaller box, as you can see. Yeah, despite being more expensive. So yeah, SL. So they actually have two different kinds of all these different carts. They have a higher output version and a lower output version. So yeah, if you want a high output moving coil cart, you can get one of the high output ones. And you don't even need to have a preamp that has moving coil. If it has a good moving magnet phono stage, then the high output moving coil should be able to work on that. But I decided to go for low output moving coil because I think in theory, right, technically, low output moving coils should be able to provide better dynamics, but of course, a lot of the high output moving coils cartridges, they sound good too. But just in theory, right, the low output one should be able to provide more dynamics. And yeah, if you go for a low output moving coil, then you have to invest in a nice preamp with a solid moving coil phono stage. All right, this is all you get. You get this little box here. You open it up, and oops, this might be the wrong way here. Huh. Okay, you open up this way, and then you see the cart, and you get this little sheet here. Oh, let's see what it says. This little piece of paper. Okay. Thank you very much for purchasing a Hana MC cartridge. They're competitively priced with high quality sound. I've heard that Hana provides pretty good value for the price, but we'll see. I mean, Audio-Technica is also known for providing good value for the price, especially with their other products, but we'll see. Actually, a lot of Japanese products, I think, provide good value. In particular, the high output models, Hana EH and SH with 2 millivolt output, directly connectable to high output MM phono inputs without using step-up devices. So yeah, basically they have, these are their models with high output. So like I said, they make a high output version and low output version. They're all moving coils, but the high output moving coils can be connected to a moving magnet phono stage without, having to buy a moving coil phono stage. So that's maybe more convenient for people who don't want to buy another preamp, or they have a lot of turntables, including Audio-Technica ones, have built-in phono stages, which are usually not that great quality. But if they provide high enough gain, then you could technically use this with them, or a cheap phono stage that only comes with a moving magnet phono stage, or an amplifier might come with a cheap moving magnet phono stage, and they might provide enough output for these high output models. So yeah, these high output models are interesting for people who don't want to invest into another preamp that has a moving coil stage. So they're a nice option. But I went for the low output version because in theory they should have better dynamics and stuff. Okay, Hana cartridges use high rigidity aluminum cantilevers, cross-shaped armatures. Okay, and the meaning of this word, that's that's the Hana logo right here. The original meaning of this word means brilliant and gorgeous in Japanese. Yeah, Hana SH and SL use new natural diamond Shibata stylus. So yeah, this one uses Shibata. This Shibata stylus, which should be interesting to compare versus the microlinear stylus on the Audio-Technica. Now, somebody in the comment section, comment below. I'm not exactly sure which one's better, but yeah, the Hana uses Shibata, Audio-Technica uses microlinear. Excellent high frequency gives you supreme transparency, excellent trackability. You can connect to your head shell. I hope that my Rega head shell is good enough to connect with this. Yeah. Pay attention to the cartridge is not twisted or angled. The connecting head shell. Make sure that it's no foreign object. Make sure the top of the cartridge. Okay. There's just kind of installing steps right here. And the vertical tracking force settings for the Hana as well, which you have to set for each cartridge. The vertical tracking force is a bit different. And here are the specs for each cartridge. So yeah, you can see EH, EL, SH, and SL here. Like I said, 2 of them high output, 2 of them low output. So yeah, that is it with the, that's all the instructions with the Hana on one sheet of paper. And then the cartridge itself right here. This is what the cartridge itself looks like. At first glance, it doesn't appear to be like, I mean, it looks nice, but it's not something I expected for like retail $750. Yeah, now I'm sure it's well built because it's, you know, built in Japan and everything, but at first glance, it's like, you know, the presentation is not as good as the one with the Audio-Technica. It looks like it has a bigger box and stuff. Yeah, well, we'll see when we open up the Audio-Technica, but first glance, it doesn't seem like it's a $750 cartridge, but yeah, anyways, that's just appearance alone. So that's the Hana cartridge right here. And yeah, I shall see if this works on my existing head shell that I have connected to my Rega Planar 3 right now. Oh, there we go. Yep, okay. Alright, so yeah, that's the Hana SL. $750 originally, this phono cart. I got it for around $500. Alright. And then let's take a look at the bigger box here, the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG2. Yeah, of course, this one also made it in Japan. They're both Japanese companies. Oh, look at this box. Wow. Well, that's a big difference. This box looks really high-end. Compare this, right? It's not even close. The presentation of the Audio-Technica looks way better. Like, this doesn't look like a $750 cartridge to me. And the Audio-Technica actually retails for cheaper too. It's like $650 or something. So yeah, this is actually retails for like $100 less. But the presentation on it looks way better. Okay, what do we get with it? Some kind of warranty thing. Is this Japan only or something? It's like all in Japanese. I wonder if this was released. It's like Japanese only. I think this is a Japan only model or something like that. Maybe it's hard to get internationally, but I certainly don't have the international model. I have the Japanese model. Okay, so I might have to look online for the actual English instructions because yeah, this is all in Japanese. Ooh, unfortunately I can't read Japanese. I'm not Japanese. So yep. Looks like there is a oh, here's the English instructions. Okay, never mind. I do have English instructions. It's the back. This back was Japanese. Okay, I do have English instructions, guys. Nice. Okay, so there's removing the cartridges from the case. You see the frequency response graph, or this frequency separation. You can see that. That's nice. So they provide you that. Microlinear stylus. Yeah, I'm not sure what's better between microlinear and Shibata, but yeah. And it's got a boron cantilever, which I think is better than the aluminum cantilever on the Hana. But yeah, this one has a new tapered boron cantilever, neodymium magnet, and high performance online microlinear stylus, the PC0cc coil, high separation, wide response dual moving coil. I don't know if the Hana's dual moving coil. This is interesting. Okay, and then this is how to mount it onto the head shell here. Tracking force, yeah, every cartridge has its own tracking force. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And here's the specs. I pretty much already read out all this. But yeah, these are the specs I just read out earlier. What's note is the 0.3 millivolts output voltage. So this one is lower output than the Hana. Microlinear stylus versus the Shibata stylus on the Hana. The new tapered boron versus the aluminum cantilever on the Hana. And a little bit higher weight compared to the Hana. So yeah, that's the specs there. And yeah, this is definitely a bigger manual than the one that Hana gave me. So yeah, that's a substantial amount of paper on the, I think that's, yeah. I mean, the presentation just looks better, right? They give you a little bit more stuff, a little bit more paper, and this is all you get with the Hana. And you can tell from the box too, it's just, yeah, no comparison here. The Audio-Technica, props to Audio-Technica here for the presentation. Wow, it actually looks expensive. The Hana doesn't really look all that expensive, right? It's just this little box here with like one piece of paper. Whereas the Audio-Technica, look at this fancy box for it. Okay, and we have to open it like this. Oops. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. It's opened so you guys can see the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG 2. Right. This is pretty nice. You can release the cartridge by pressing this. All right, there we go. All right, so that is the Audio-Technica cart right here. I think I have to unscrew this, I think, as well. But yeah, see the Audio-Technica cart here. All right. There we go. All right, so that's it. That's the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG 2. It's yeah, pretty nice, premium looking cart here. Yeah, so boron cantilever and a microlinear stylus on this. Yeah, pretty nice. And then you compare it to the Hana SL right here. So there, it's a comparison. And yeah, the Audio-Technica definitely looks more premium. I mean, not just the presentation of the box and everything, but the cartridges themselves, the carts themselves. The Audio-Technica looks more premium than the Hana does. But the Hana is actually a little bit more expensive. Okay, and they're both made in Japan, of course. The Hana is a little bit more expensive. So yeah, the Hana SL, the Audio-Technica PTG2. Yep. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's the unboxing, and I'm gonna try it out, both of these. So yeah, the Audio-Technica definitely looks more premium, but it's actually technically a little bit cheaper in retail. But they're both around 500 bucks, I think, if you find them online. I think the SL is still a little bit more. Like you can probably find the Audio-Technica for maybe 450 or 400. But yeah, the SL I think doesn't really go below 500 that often. And yeah, this one is yeah, it's a boron cantilever with a microlinear stylus with 0.3 millivolts of output. And yeah, it's a little bit heavier, and it's a dual coil moving cartridge. Whereas the Hana SL, it's aluminum cantilever. It's got a Shibata stylus, and it's a little bit lighter, and it's got 0.5 microvolts of output, so it's a little bit more. So yeah, that's pretty much it for these two. I'm gonna try them out, install them on my Rega Planar 3 turntable, and then we'll see which one I like better. But honestly, I'm not expecting to hear like one being clearly better than the other. I'm just expecting to hear something maybe a bit different. Maybe the presentation might be a bit different, but we'll see. I'm not really expecting one of these to be way better than the other, of course. I'm just expecting these to hear some difference though. So we'll see what the differences are. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so now let's install the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG2 cartridge. So yeah, it's a pretty good cartridge. Let's install it, and we'll find out what it sounds like. Right. Okay, now we have to unscrew this one. Okay, we have to unscrew this one for the Audio-Technica. Okay, so now I got the cartridge out. So now we can install it. Here we have the pins here. All right, so this is the AT33 PTG2 by Audio-Technica. You see it here, and this is the microlinear stylus with a boron cantilever. Okay, very nice. So there's one other thing about the Audio-Technica cartridge that I missed before, and that's this this little section here. This is actually a storage compartment, and there we go. See, Audio-Technica provides us all the tools that's needed to install this cartridge, as well as extra wires. So I kind of missed this little storage compartment here, but that's actually, yeah, that's what Audio-Technica gives you. Yeah, I thought initially, I was like, what am I supposed to do with only this, right? I can't do much with this. So yeah, to actually install this, yeah, we have a lot more tools that Audio-Technica gives us, which is that's nice. So it gives us like extra screws and washers, and yeah, kind of longer screws here, so we can use to install it, and some extra cables here, which is nice. So yeah, in case these cables on the Rega don't work out, I can always have extra cables here. So that's nice. And we have even they even give us a screwdriver here, which is pretty nice too. So yeah, props to Audio-Technica. They give you a lot of extra tools and stuff like that. Okay, good. Okay, this should be all I need to help install the cartridge. I have a little brush here. Not sure what this is for. So I got like a little brush here. Not sure what that's for. Screwdriver, I already used this. I have a screwdriver like that, but it's nice to give me an extra. And then here are the screws. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. I got 2 of them. And we need the 2 screws, small ones. There we go. Very, very tiny things here. Oops, it's very easy to lose. Shoot. Okay. Okay. There, I think we have all the components we need now. Okay, so, all right, time to install it. Got 2 screws up here. All right, so I just want it loose enough that I can adjust it like this, but not too loose, obviously. All right, so now let's connect the cables. All right, so this is kind of like connecting very, very tiny RCA cables. I'll match up the colors here. It's actually like kind of like diffusing a bomb or something. So yeah, I have the Audio-Technica cartridge now mounted, and you have the cables all connected here. You can see here. Okay. Now it's time to align the cartridge. So I have the cartridge alignment now. On the cross. think it's been aligned now. Okay. Oh, so you can see it lands directly on this mark right here. Alright. And it's completely parallel. Okay. Cool. And now we have to set up the tracking force and put the balance weight on. Okay, so here's the balance weight. Alright, so now I'm going to adjust the bias and the tracking force. So I'm going to move the counterweight until it's roughly 1 millimeter above the record. Alright, then we'll apply the vertical tracking force, which Audio-Technica recommends about between 1.8 and 2.2 grams. I'm just going to set it to 2 because that's in the middle. Okay, cool. So now I got the Audio-Technica cartridge installed. Now let's check it out. Let's check out the Rega Planar 3 with the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG2. Alright, now we're going to switch out the cartridges and try out the Hana cartridges instead. So yeah, let me disconnect this. There we go. Alright, so that's the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG2s. Yeah, let's see from the side here. Yeah, from my impressions, they were pretty nicely detailed. Of course, I don't have a point of reference here because this is my first moving coil cartridge, so I have nothing else to compare it to until I try out the Hanas, right? Then I can compare it. All right, but these seem pretty nice. All right, now let's try out the Hana SLs, and it's a pretty simple package here. They don't even give me any kind of tools like Audio-Technica does. So Audio-Technica gave me like a lot of tools, like a screwdriver and, you know, like extra bolts and stuff and screws. Hana does not give me anything. It just comes with the 2 screws. Right here doesn't give me any screwdriver or anything. So, and definitely the packaging is, you know, not as impressive as the Audio-Technica's. Yeah, stylus actually is, I mean, you can look at it, right? Check it out. Yeah, the stylus cover or protector is definitely a lot bigger for the Audio-Technicas. Yeah, on the back here side. Yeah, so far the Audio-Technicas definitely seem more premium to me compared to the Hana SLs. But the Hana SLs are actually more expensive, ironically, right? So that's the interesting thing. The Audio-Technicas are actually cheaper, but they look more premium. But who knows? It's all about the sound, right? So maybe the SLs do sound a little bit better, which you'll see. Yeah, actually first let's get these off. All right, tiny. Okay. Yeah, technically I believe the Audio-Technica's microlinear stylus and boron cantilever is better than the Shibata stylus and aluminum cantilever, and that's just technically speaking. At least that's what I heard online. So yeah, I heard that in terms of just the stylus and the cantilever, the Audio-Technicas should be a little bit higher end. But there's more to it than just that, I think. Let's just check it. Oh my god, this is going to be tough to get in. I gotta like press this on. I gotta like hold this in with my little finger here to even get it to kind of stay. Wow, this is pretty tough to get in. I think I gotta hold this in while I turn the screwdriver. Okay. We'll change that out later because we gotta recalibrate it. The cables have to be put together. Right, let's connect the cables. Not as tight as I would have wanted them to be, but I think they're connected. Oh man, it's always a lot of work changing out these cartridges. All right, time to align it now. Okay. And I gotta make sure that is right on. Alright, so tracking force is set to 2 here. That's what Hana recommends, and bias adjustment set to 2 as well. Now we just got to make sure that it's 1 millimeter from the record when we adjust the counter right here. Alright, let's check this out. Alright, I think I got it. Alright, now let's check out the Hana SL low output. Now we switched it out and see how it compares to the Audio-Technica. So here's my current turntable setup right now. I have a Cambridge Audio Alva Duo phono preamp. It can do moving magnet and moving coil output, and currently set to moving coil now, of course, because both the Audio-Technica and the Hana cartridges will be testing today are low output moving coil cartridges. Alright, and this is a Leak Audio Stereo 130, which is my main stereo amp for this setup. And they're powered by a AudioQuest PowerQuest 2 power conditioner. And here is the main turntable I'm using, the Rega Planar P3. I just installed the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG cartridge on it. I have some Duke Audio spring isolators right here, so that reduce the amount of vibrations on the turntable. And then for the speakers, I'm using Neat Acoustics Ministra speakers. They're pretty nice, fairly big bookshelf speakers, I'd say. And they're actually isobaric, so that should be able to provide a decent amount of bass. But I also have it connected to my Edifier T5 subwoofer for even more bass. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much my turntable setup. I show you guys the Neat Acoustics Ministra speakers. Also the cables are Kimber Cable 8 VS cables. So decent quality speaker cables there. So all the other components will be the same. The only thing that will be changing is the phono cartridge, so you guys can hear the difference, and only the difference between the Audio-Technica AT33 PTG2 and the Hana SL cartridge. So yeah, that's it guys. Stay tuned and let me know which one sounds better to you.
my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone and to the right, didn't know what I would find. There, another road where maybe I could see another side. There, ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. I didn't run.